Hey guys, okay, so it's gonna be a full face Friday, but since I didn't actually have like a foundation for today, this is just gonna be everything but. um, we've got stuff for brows, cheeks, lips, concealer, but nothing for base. So today I just used the Profusion Feel Good Skin foundation, which is nice actually. The only thing I don't like about it is it does have a scent. It has a fragrance in it. The fragrance isn't bad. I just don't like fragrances in my any of my cosmetics because it tends to burn my eyes or whatever. This is not burning my eyes at this point in time, which is definitely a good sign because everything burns my eyes. They're very sensitive. Okay, so I do have that on, and since I'm looking a little bit dead body-ish, like what is happening right there? Ow. It's very dry where I'm at right now. Winter finally hit us. So I'm just going to grease up with a little bit of Marvelous Moxie in the shade A-Lister. How in the world did the bottom of my lip gloss chip? It's plastic. Like, what was I doing with this thing? Anyway, all right. So that's done. Okay. Let me just show you some of my products before we get started. Again, I have got my foundation on. I really like this foundation, honestly. Like, I think the lightest shade is just like a tad too dark. Like, you can't really tell, like, you know, because the undertone is good, and then like the shade is just it's blending in pretty good right now, but it is just a pinch dark. All right, so for concealer today I have got the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer. Okay, this one from Sephora. I've had decent luck, I guess. I don't know, I found a few Sephora things. This is a lie. I found one Sephora thing that I like, and I kept for my collection, specifically kept it, and it was the, I don't know, it was full coverage matte foundation. I can't remember. They had it on sale for some reason for like 10 bucks. I picked it up to try it and I really like it. It's not full coverage, but it's really good coverage and looks pretty on my skin. I tried recently Best Skin Ever, which I think is nice, but it's another one of those foundations that's, you know, kind of the barely there tinted moisturizer type, very glowy, excuse me, and I don't know, I just didn't think it was that great. I like a foundation like this that has some glow, not too glowy, has decent coverage, and just evens my skin out more than a tinted moisturizer would. This is usually the type of foundation that I'm going for. Not full coverage usually, because nothing can be full coverage on me, but just more coverage. I don't know. That's just my preference. Now, do I use tinted moisturizers? Yes, because it turns out in my daily life, like, it's just easier to have a tinted moisturizer because you can get a little bit of coverage, a little bit of a skin perk up, and you still feel like you're not facing the world with every single flaw showing all your vulnerabilities, you know what I'm saying? So usually the one I use is the Creme Shop's BB cream because it's quick and easy. Says it's full coverage. It is not full coverage, but it's good coverage, and you can just apply it with your fingers and you're good to go. It looks really pretty on the skin. I really like it. Okay, so that's what I got for concealer. For blush today, I've got the new Milani cream blush. I don't know anything about this product except for that it's cream and it's new, and I don't know if there's different shades, like if this is a dark or a deep, or if they have a fair one. I know they had a powder blush that was, the shades were a little bit lighter than this, so this may not be really recommended for my skin tone. We're gonna try it anyway and see what we can do. I should have gotten a sponge. I may do that in a minute. I also have the e.l.f. Brow Lift. I talked about this the other day. It comes in a little box like this right in there. Okay, I think this is a wax, like a brow setting wax kind of thing, and what I might do is try that trend where people are brushing their brows completely all the way up. We'll see. I just have a feeling that will not work for my brows. We'll talk about it. We'll try it. I have the Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara in the shade Cosmic Black. I don't know what the purpose of this is. It was new, so I got it. And I feel like the only difference is probably just the shade, but we're gonna try that today too because we're trying new stuff today, all right? I hate it when they trick you like that though. You're like, all right, a new mascara, and you're like, oh, it's just a blacker black? Like, I don't know. Okay, I also have this, which is kind of old news, but it's new to me, okay? I have the Hocus Pocus Gather Round Sisters Colourpop Palette. Now, before you say anything, I don't care about Hocus Pocus, the movie, I don't care anything about that. I watched it when I was a kid. Oh my goodness, I was probably like 15? I might have been 15 years old when I watched it years and years and years and years, eons ago, and I don't care about it one way or the other. I generally steer clear of anything that's witchcraft related, but I love the colors in this, and so I got it, you know what I'm saying? But it made me think, well, this was a $22 palette, and Colourpop shadows are beautiful shadows, and we all know the quality is going to be good. Well, we hope. Even they can make a mistake sometimes. So I was thinking, where can I get colors that are similar to this, pay less money, and not have to worry about, you know, all the stuff that comes along with a palette like that. And I found this one at Walmart. This is the Starlet palette from Profusion Cosmetics. And not only are the colors very similar, but you get more of them. Like, look how huge this palette is. How many, does it say how many shades are in here? 35 shade palette. So 35 shades. Okay, you can make any look come to life with this palette. Look at this whole thing, like this whole cool tone row right here. Ooh, girl, you could be looking so cool toned. Okay, but it also has your greens, it has your fuchsia pinks and stuff, ton of neutrals. If you have this palette, you will not need another palette unless you're dying to have blue, because there's greens, purples, pinks, neutral, there's everything. It's a beautiful palette, and I've seen it several times, like just in the Walmart store, but I just was like, meh, you know, I just never really thought to get it. And I've tried Profusion shadows before and did not really like them very much. So we'll see what happens. This is gonna be my first large palette from Profusion to try. So I think I'm going to do maybe, oh, it depends on how long. I might do maybe one eye with this palette and then the other eye with the other palette, and see. I love these colors so much, like they're so beautiful. But I will say that like this row right here, I already have shades like that now. This row, I probably already have shades like that, even aside from this palette, and even in a Colourpop palette. But like I think that you can get some pretty decent looks out of this, as well as like with some, you got some pops of color, but look at, there's a lot of neutrals in here. So yeah, anyway. And the thing is like, I've got a science fair to go to today, and I don't want to be looking like the project, you know what I'm saying? So we're just going to do something light and simple, I think. We'll see. Maybe I'll just, I don't know. I want to do something crazy because this palette is so beautiful, and I'm really loving like these shades right here. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably have to figure out how to do this because it's already being long. We're already at 8 minutes, y'all. So let's just get this done, okay? All right, so let's see. Shall I just go grab the sponge and then we'll just do the rest in fast motion? Should we? I feel like we probably should. Let's do it.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get started with the concealer. This concealer was a little bit too light, so you'll see me make a little bit of a face there, and it's because it's just too light, and I already know that it's not going to end up looking good. It's just going to make my under eyes look gray. As you know, medium to light coverage or light to medium coverage, and so I'm going to add some of this Morphe Fluidity concealer just for a little bit more coverage, a little bit of color correcting. That Sephora Gel Serum concealer or whatever, it seemed like fine, but it's not going to work for someone like me who has a lot to cover and needs also color correcting. So I'm trying to salvage the situation by putting a little bit of that gel serum concealer right in that little dip right there, that hollow, to sort of make that eye bag look less pronounced, but it's just not looking great. We're going to go in with some powder, and I've got the Winky Luxe Diamond Powder Foundation. And we're just going to apply that powder, light dusting of that powder all over. I always use powder. I like the way it makes my face look with the, you know, the velvety look there. But I'm a dum-dum because we got cream blush, folks. So hopefully this blush will blend well over the powder. We'll see what happens. We'll go ahead and do some swatches of this cream blush. They felt more gel-like, honestly, than cream. And the pigment is just the right amount for an easy application of blush. Not too much, it's not difficult to work with. The sponge was perfect for application. You could probably use a brush as well, but I really, really like this. I think of all the products I tried, this was one of my favorites from the products that I tried today. It's going to be great for no makeup days, light makeup days, and full-on makeup days. So very pretty blush. Let's go ahead and do brows. I'm just going to pick up some of this waxy. It's kind of a firm texture, and we'll try and brush the brows up like all the cool kids are doing these days, but it just doesn't work for me. My eyebrows are just way too high on my face. It's just going to make them look higher and higher and higher, and it'll just be weird. So I'm just going to comb them in the direction that they already grow, brush them up a tiny bit, but not too much, and fill them in a little bit with this TLB Brow Pencil. I got a little bit of a crusty something going on right there. I don't think that was from the e.l.f. product, though. I think it was just maybe a little bit of residual powder or foundation that got stuck in my brows or whatever. So we're going to try and fill this in. There is a little section right there that was giving me trouble and making me crazy. So it was being very difficult to fill in without it looking filled in. You know, I'm trying to make it look as natural as possible, and it just was giving me trouble. So it is what it is. We're going to let it go. And I just dropped all my stuff. All right, so next we're going to do some eyes, and I'm going to start off with this Colourpop palette. We're doing a neutral look today. You can take a fluffy brush and dip into that brown shade right there. Very dusty, these shadows. And whoa, that was a little bit darker than I was expecting, so we're just going to try and blend that out. We're going to blend this into the hills, like real blendy, blendy, blendy. Can we tone this down? Yes, we're going to take that lighter shade, tone it down a little bit. This light shade has a little bit of sparkle in it when you look at it real close, but it just comes off as matte on your actual eyes. And I'm going to take that silvery taupey shade and put that on the inner corner of my eye and sort of fade it from the inner corner to the outer corner into nothing pretty much. So it's going to be more concentrated and lighter towards the inner corner. Then I'm going to take that lighter shade, apply that to my brow bone, sort of blend that out a little bit, and then dip a tiny bit into that brown to sort of deepen up the outer corner there. And that's that. So that shade and that shade from the Profusion palette, and then that shade and that shade, I had to mix those together to make them the same shades as the other eye. So I didn't want to make the video longer by showing the whole process. Time for mascara, and I thought maybe there might be like some sparkle in this mascara since it was called Cosmic Black, but it wasn't. It was just black. I don't think it's any blacker than the original. It seems to be pretty similar. I did like this mascara, both the original and this particular one. They're really good for separation, long, bushy, and fluffy lashes, which is what I like. Plus, it's the added benefit of being a tubing mascara, which makes them almost impossible to smudge. So it's great for layering as well. And I like it on its own, layered. But I usually only layer my mascaras to prevent smudging. And so it's a good mascara. I do have a full review on the original. And it didn't crumble or smudge or flake off during the rest of the day. Time for lips. I'm going to remove that gloss. I don't remember the significance of this particular lipstick. I think it's a Maybelline one. I'll put it in the description, everything. I'll put everything in the description so you can take a look at that. The shade is nice. I think it's called More Stone. It looks a little bit deeper in real life. It's a little bit brighter. Very pretty. So we're getting close to the end here, so add a little bit more blush. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to thumbs up, like, subscribe, ding my bell, and I will see you in the next one.